So the first thing you need to know for forces in motion is distance time graphs. You need to know how to plot and explain them. The first state you need to know about is constant speed. This is a positive line which moves from the left of the graph to the right of the graph and has a gradient of above 0, as is shown. This means that the vehicle is moving at a constant speed. The next one is acceleration. So this is a positive curve which moves from the bottom of the graph on the left to the top of the graph on the right, and the gradient is steepening, as in it's becoming more vertical, as is shown on the graph. This means the vehicle is accelerating at a constant rate, as in it's not getting faster at a higher rate or a slower rate. If a vehicle is stationary, you will see a flat line which is horizontal, moving from left to right with no gradient. If the vehicle is decelerating, you will see a positive curve moving from bottom left to top right, as you would have seen in acceleration, but it has a decreasing gradient, meaning that it's becoming more horizontal. This means that the vehicle is getting slower, again at a constant rate. If there is a negative line moving from top left to bottom right with a gradient above 0, this means that the vehicle is moving at a constant speed back to the original point where it started. Displacement would be 0 here because we're moving back to the same place that we were before. Let's have a quick look at an exam question. The question says, explain how you could use the graph to work out the number of times person X is stationary, using the graph which is to the right. If we recall the graph that showed us that the vehicle was stationary, or a person was stationary, you will remember that the line was horizontal, moving from left to right with 0 gradient. If we have a look at this graph, we can see that this happens a multiple number of times. So the first thing we'd need to say for our first mark is saying that it moves horizontally from left to right. And the second mark would be saying that we'd have to add all of these up once we'd measured the number of minutes each one spans.